is WVII News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, state police say authorities were called to a Cherryfield residence for a home invasion and found a man dead.
Our Matthew Jurancic has more.
Law enforcement is asking for your assistance to shut down the road.
The Washington County Sheriff's Office was called to 62 Teenan Lane in Cherryfield Thursday night after reports of a home invasion. According to Maine Police spokeswoman Shannon Moss, deputies arrived to the scene where they found an adult female with serious injuries, an adult male with minor injuries, and a deceased male.
I don't know what to say. This is a quiet neighborhood. There's a lot of traffic on this road, but the neighbors are good. I don't know.
The deceased male, 36-year-old Matthew Adams of Whitneyville, was transported to the medical examiner's office where an autopsy was performed. At this time, Maine State Police are calling the death a homicide.
I see the couple go by, back and forth. Everything I know, that they're good people, so I couldn't tell you what could possibly have happened up there.
Maine State Police spent the majority of Friday on scene before the evidence response team arrived. The department is continuing to investigate the circumstances surrounding the death and the events that led up to the incident. Matthew Jurancic, ABC7 and Fox 22.
A Penobscot County judge sentenced an Old Town mother to 19 years in prison for the murder of her 3-year-old daughter. A.J. Douglas was in court during the emotional hearing.
3-year-old Haley Golding died from a fentanyl overdose back in 2021. Hillary Golding pled guilty in September for the death of her daughter Haley. Assistant Attorney General Lisa Bogue says Hillary watched her child suffer, noting that it took over 20 hours for Hillary to call for medical attention. The judge says substance abuse played a huge role in this deadly crime, describing the graphic details of Haley walking in and out of her apartment building with her limp child after knowing she ingested fentanyl.
As the judge indicated, it's a substance that's overwhelming our community and the court system. I have countless, more than I can count, cases involving that substance. It's a big problem.
The defense and prosecution mutually agreed. This case sparked intense emotions for both sides.
I'm representing an individual who is responsible for the death of a family member. It implicates a lot of emotional issues.
I think it's difficult for families when they both have a relationship with the person, the child who has died, as well as a relationship with the person is alive.
Hillary took time to address her mother during her open statement to the court.
I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom. I love you both so much. I don't want you to know how grateful I am that you are here today.
Golding's attorney says she hopes her story will be a testament to anyone struggling with substance abuse disorder.
Ms. Golding has a long sentence to serve, and I'm hopeful that upon release time, she's in good health and good spirits and in much better condition.
In Bangor, A.J. Douglas, ABC7, Fox 22.
Well, a former attorney from Newport who was convicted of stealing almost $300,000 from a client's estate has been sentenced to 2 years in prison. Back in June, 74-year-old Dale Thistle was found guilty of stealing $290,000 from former client Gilman Friend's wrongful death settlement. Gilman's ex-wife, Donna Friend, hired Thistle to handle the settlement case. However, it was later determined she was not entitled to any settlement funds. Rather than Thistle contacting Gilman's children to inform them about the settlement, he began paying personal debts and writing checks to himself with the money. Friend's children addressed the court describing who their father was and provided suggestions for Thistle on how to pay back the stolen funds.
Concerning a possible restitution, if the guilty defendant Thistle is currently collecting his Social Security or retirement fund, can the court in that sentencing garnish those payments and direct those funds to the Friend family?
He was active and lovingly a leader of the town of Newport.
Thistle's prior employment as a lawyer allows the Friend family to qualify for around $40,000 of the stolen money to be reimbursed through a lawyer's fund. Thistle was also ordered to pay $290,000 in restitution.
Well, 3 people had to be checked out at a local hospital after 3 vehicles collided on Route 7 in Corinna this morning. Police say it happened a little after 5 o'clock when a tractor-trailer truck was pulling out onto the roadway. A driver tried to pass the truck but ended up hitting the side of the rig, causing it to flip onto its side. Moments later, a third driver came up on the scene and apparently did not see the wreckage and the initial crash and slammed into one of the vehicles.
We're looking at 3 cars. It's actually looking at 2 vehicles, 2 different car accidents.
Right.
Everybody's being transported to SVH.
They doing okay?
It looks like everybody's doing all right. Everybody's walking and talking. Just a little bit of shock. So.
Route 7 had to be closed for about 40 minutes while rescue crews completed their work.
Well, switching gears now, House Democrats nominated Representative Rachel Talbot Ross from Portland to serve as the next Speaker of the Maine House, for the 131st session of the Maine legislature. The actual vote will happen when the House of Representatives convenes on December 7th. Talbot Ross is heading into her 4th term and currently serves as Assistant Majority Leader. Current Speaker Ryan Fecteau released the following statement. He said, quote, "I want to offer my heartfelt congratulations to Representative Rachel Talbot Ross. Serving as Speaker of the Maine House has been an incredible honor and a tremendous responsibility. I trust Representative Talbot Ross will likewise find the opportunity both challenging and immensely rewarding. Her nomination is historic and sends a powerful message to Mainers about what's possible. I wish her every success as she takes on this new role," end quote.
A federal judge has ruled that new lobster fishing regulations designed to protect North Atlantic right whales will be delayed until 2024 to give the government more time to gather data in the hopes of drafting more effective strategies. The judge previously ruled fishing restrictions issued by the National Marine Fisheries Service didn't go far enough to protect the whales. Now the judge sent the current rules back to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, so they can take more time to gather data about right whales and where they actually are, and then make adjustments to the rules. Executive Director of the Maine Lobstering Union, Virginia Olson, said if the judge had taken a different route and vacated the rules altogether, it would have shut down the lobster industry entirely for 8 years. Sending the biological opinion back to NOAA for refinement instead prevents that from happening.
We need to have time to get this done right, and doing it in 6 months would not benefit anybody. So they're saying that we need time to be able to get accurate data, better data, to make informed decisions so we can protect right whales. We need to be able to protect right whales where they are and not destroy an industry that has been working very hard to be a sustainable fishery as well as protect the right whales.
Olson says the 2-year delay also allows time to see what the effects are of the seasonal closure and gear changes that have already been implemented, as well as plotting a better way forward for future changes. Turning our attention to the outdoors now, feeling that cool down lately, but today was rather nice out there, I will say.
You know, I always say it makes a world of difference when there's no wind or maybe just a little bit of wind. Huge difference. Today was just a really nice day, really calm day to be outside doing whatever you might have had to do.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, with a little bit more on what we can expect, at least in the coming hours, let's take a first look at our forecast.
All right, Beth and Peter, thank you. Happy Friday. We made it. Your first weather is brought to you by Goose River Farm Meat Store. And okay, so for us today, 37 here in Bangor, 31 Millinocket. This is about what we're supposed to do this time of year, but it's going to get a little cooler before it gets a little warmer around here. In fact, next week, we could have high temperatures back up near 40. All right, some sprinkles and flurries out there today. Not really a big deal. All part of a much bigger system over here. Lake effect machine is cranking up, but this will mostly increase our wind tonight and throughout the day tomorrow, although there could be a couple flurries in there as well. But our forecast then tonight, though, is mostly cloudy skies to partly cloudy skies. There could be a couple flurries in there, with low temperatures hanging out in the 20s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth and Peter.
All righty. Well, coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, several of the state's ski slopes are opening this week, and help could be on the way to address the winter worker shortage.
And winter storms are pounding parts of western New York and the Midwest. People in New York are starting to deal with what's being called a life-threatening event. We'll have details and more after this.
I'm Jay Pearl from Carroll Harper & Associates, Maine's most experienced Medicare health plans agency. Every day we hear how complicated navigating the Medicare maze can be. Let us help. From enrolling in Medicare to finding the right Medicare health plan, we are your go-to agency. We represent Martins Point Generations Advantage and other Medicare health plans that meet our quality standards. There's no cost or obligation for our services, so call Carroll Harper & Associates today.
Al, did you make that call?
Honey, we already have Medicare. Why do I need to call?
Alan, the Feldman said we may be able to get additional benefits with a Medicare Advantage plan right here in our zip code with $0 monthly premiums.
Honey, what do you mean additional benefits? We turned 65, we got Medicare. That's all there is to it, right?
I'm talking about Medicare Part C, commonly called Medicare Advantage. We have traditional Medicare, which is only Medicare Parts A and B, but not Part C.
Wait. So not everyone on Medicare is a Part C plan?
No, that's why we need to call, because there may be plans available with additional benefits that aren't covered under Medicare Parts A and B. We don't have a Medicare Part C plan which covers everything in Part A and Part B, plus extra benefits in Medicare Part C.
What kind of extra benefits?
There are great plans that may be available with extra benefits like dental, vision, and hearing.
Did you say dental?
Yes, dental. Medicare Part C plans could include dental benefits that help cover routine dental exams and teeth cleanings, plus dental x-rays, fillings, gum disease treatment, and dentures.
We need that. I'm calling.
If you don't have a Medicare Part C plan, call now, because there may be plans with additional benefits available that are simply not covered under Medicare Parts A and B, like routine dental coverage. If you're on Medicare, you can call even if you called last year. We will check to see if there is a Part C plan available in your area with additional benefits. You don't get a plan with additional benefits automatically. If you're losing coverage, moving, or new to Medicare, call to speak with a licensed insurance agent. Remember, you don't get Medicare Part C benefits automatically. Call now for your free 2022 no-obligation Medicare benefits review. Call 800-413-8094. 800-413-8094.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. Several of the state's ski slopes are opening this week, and help could be on the way to address the winter seasonal worker shortage. Maine Senator Angus King joined a bipartisan group of colleagues to call on the Biden administration to expedite H-2B visas. In a letter, the senators highlighted the urgent need for workers across the nation's ski and winter tourism industry. They stressed that failure to quickly provide H-2B visas will cause harm to Maine skiing communities. Over the last several years, the seasonal tourism industry has struggled to hire enough American workers to meet demand. The H-2B work visa program allows U.S. employers to fill open jobs with foreign workers and temporary jobs when the local workforce is not applying for them.
Well, now we're taking a look at the winter storm pounding parts of western New York and the Midwest. People in New York now starting to deal with what's being called a life-threatening event. The governor issued a state of emergency. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
Western New York is getting slammed with snow, and it's not letting up anytime soon. This time-lapse video shows the winter blast moving in, thousands without power, people hunkering down for the weekend.
We're loaded.
I got the essentials already.
The Buffalo Bills stadium buried in snow, the home game against the Cleveland Browns forced to move to another city. The city of Buffalo implementing a travel ban in some areas.
This is downtown Buffalo, what normally would be a work day. Usually you'd see a lot more people out here. Obviously that's not the case at this point.
The lake effect storm expected to dump several feet across the region.
We have been incredibly hard hit in South Buffalo. That required us to reimpose a driving ban in South Buffalo. We want no driving whatsoever in that area of the city so the plows can do their work.
Crews out in full force to clean roadways.
Right now we're focused on South Buffalo. We know that's where it is, and we'll adjust as we go forward.
Some who have braved the treacherous conditions getting stuck, like this car on a highway near Buffalo. The Midwest also getting pummeled.
Just about everywhere, the white stuff here is piling up. They are bracing for up to
a foot of snow in parts of southwest Michigan.
2 crashes involving rollover semi-trucks closed this interstate in Indiana. This lake effect snow is pretty relentless. Some areas won't see relief until after the weekend, with snow expected to just keep coming down through Sunday night. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
You know, when I lived in central New York, I think the hardest we ever got hit when I was there, we got 4 feet in 3 days.
Wow.
And Syracuse University had its second snow day in the history of the school.
Right.
So, I mean, that area is, you know, used to getting serious snow, and it may take them a little time to dig out, but 6 feet?
Yeah.
That's scary.
It's shocking, really,
Yeah.
and just hoping that everyone is staying safe and bracing for it.
Staying off the road.
Yep.
My goodness, please don't drive and all of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, a rescue that helps dogs and dog owners all over the state of Maine is now looking for a boost in donations.
And in sports, Foxcroft Academy football plays for the Class D championship tomorrow. Can they go back-to-back? Well, that story and more with Ryan Sudol right after the break.
Our Medicare supplement and drug coverage is so expensive, we're barely keeping up with our bills.
My husband and I were in the same situation, so I got some help from the Senior Planning Center. They were able to show us some high-quality Medicare Advantage plans that saved us a lot of money.
The Senior Planning Center, tell me more.
They have helpful agents all over the state, real Mainers helping Mainers. Give them a call, the Senior Planning Center. They were there to help when it mattered most. I'm glad I called them. You'll be glad too.
Gun Sports and Brewer knows that for fun, exercise, and meeting new friends, nothing is better than ice skating. Whether it's sailing down the ice, making a great pass, and scoring in a game of hockey, or the grace, strength, and expression of figure skating. From the youngest child all the way to adulthood, anyone can enjoy the fun of skating. At Gun Sports, we supply the equipment for your skating fun for great prices, the proper fit, and service after the sale. Shop your locally owned Gun Sports Shop, Greenpoint Road in Brewer.
Oh, that feels so good. What a sweetheart. I'm so lucky.
These socks are so soft. And her feet don't smell? These would be perfect for hunting season.
Moisture wicking, odor resistant, hypoallergenic, softer than cashmere, and warmer than wool. Get your alpaca socks and more at the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
Hey babe, can I borrow these socks?
It's easy to think that all money managers are pretty much the same. But at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different how? You sell high commission investment products, right?
Nope. Fisher avoids them.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Never at Fisher.
Okay, then you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we structure our fees so we do better when our clients do better. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Living in Maine, many things stick with you throughout your life. If you're far from home or you're missing those things, then Box of Maine is for you. Shipping nationwide for corporate businesses or individuals, Box of Maine gives everyone their own personal taste of our great state. And a portion of every box we sell goes directly to local nonprofits. Have you visited the gift shop yet? Filled to the brim with everything you find in our boxes, you can pick what you need or even create your own box. Stop by for perfect Maine gifts today at Box of Maine.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Ansley Moore, a realtor since 2013, working throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area.
What's up, everybody? Ryan Sudol here. What a big weekend we got coming up in sports. For starters, tomorrow is State Championship Saturday for 11-man football. And in Class D, Foxcroft Academy is looking to defend their crown. The Ponies play Lisbon for the Gold Ball at 11 a.m. on Saturday. Now, Foxcroft has been on a tear lately, and really, they have been for the last 2 seasons. They completed a perfect 2021 with a victory in the state finals last fall. So it's no secret that they've had a lot of success recently, and that all starts from the top down.
We got a great crew of coaches that are literally insane about this team, love us 100%, how cringy it sounds. They love us with their whole heart, and they love this program and just want us to have success.
I mean, like, coaching staff to, like, kids here, we put, every day, summertime to the fall, we just work our tail off, and we we don't take breaks. Like, we want it.
Now, the Ponies have only lost one game this year, and it came at the hands of, guess who, Lisbon, back on September 23rd, a 14-13 loss. Since then, Foxcroft has scored over 30 points in every game but one, and they haven't allowed a single point all playoffs. But when they square off on Saturday morning, they know it's going to take everything to bring it home.
We can't take a single playoff, especially against this team, because have to give them all their respect. They're a tough-nosed team, and they're willing to hit and hit hard. And we were playing scared that game, and we're not doing that anymore.
So those games, the main local focus. We have some scores from some schedule for tomorrow here. The high school football state championships, as you heard, Class D. Foxcroft against Lisbon St. Dom. That's tomorrow at 11 o'clock down out at Cameron Stadium in Bangor. Class C, Madomic Valley against Levitt. That's at 2:30 at Cameron Stadium. And then Class A and B, Oxford Hills against Thornton. Class A at 11 at Fitzpatrick Stadium in Portland. Class B, Skowhegan against Portland at 2:30. A little bit of a home game for Portland there. So those games, the main local focus tomorrow. But tonight, Maine men's basketball is in action at the Pit against Columbia. They're coming off one of the biggest wins in program history earlier in the week against Boston College. They were 20-point underdogs in that game, too. Wow. Tip-off tonight is at 7, but our Tyler Cruz is live in Orono right now. Tyler, what's going on?
Hey, Ryan, I am here at the Pit at the University of Maine, where Maine men's basketball is set to tip off against Columbia at 7 p.m. right here. It is the first game on campus for the Black Bears this year in. It's been quite the start for the Chris Markwood era in Orono, the former Black Bear, taking over the reins of his collegiate program back this offseason. They are sitting at 2-1 right now, a close loss on opening night at Nebraska. They beat University of Maine Fort Kent last week at the Cross Center, and then they're probably coming off of the program's biggest win in about 10 years, beating Boston College 69-64 at the Conti Forum earlier this week. That was Markwood's win against his former team. He was an assistant coach with the Eagles last season, so certainly the energy around this program is palpable right now. We're about 40 minutes from tip-off, so not too many people in the stands yet, but I do expect a pretty packed house, not a full house, nothing like last year's America East Championship game for women's basketball, but certainly the program generating some buzz. They really want to prove that Monday night's win against Boston College was not a fluke, so a win here pretty needed. And the three-point shooting has been huge for the Black Bears this year. Again, that game tips off at 7 o'clock, looking to move to 3-1 on the year. I'm going to catch some of the action, and I will have those highlights for you later tonight at 10 and 11. For now, Ryan, that is all for me. In Orono, I am Tyler Cruz. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Tyler. Cannot wait for that game. As he said, full highlights tonight at 10 o'clock on Fox 22 and 11 o'clock here on ABC 7. That's all the time we have for sports for now. I'm Ryan Sudol. Here's Jeff Weller with our full 5-day forecast. Jeff.
Hey, Ryan, thank you. Your full weather is brought to you by Varney Ford, the nice car and truck people. Let's talk about this. So here we are into the weekend with a small craft advisory and a gale watch out there. There's a system headed our direction that's going to crank up the wind tonight and tomorrow, and also on Sunday. It's not going to bring us much precipitation, but you get the idea. It's going to get a bit windy around here with temperatures hanging out in the 30s, making it feel much colder. Out there for us today, though, lots of cloud cover, and also there has been a couple flurries and sprinkles across the region. This is not a big deal. The bigger deal is still off to the west of us, and here comes that system now. See the swirl in the atmosphere right there? That is kind of all moving in our direction, but it's largely going to miss us to the south, the energy is, and thus we could clear out the skies for a while tonight. Meanwhile, though, the wind trajectories here is going to keep the lake effect snow going, and there is a lot of lake effect snow to go around. This is a historic event there, record-breaking snowfall across the Buffalo, New York area, and those streamers are still going. Look at them. We're going real quickly here. This is heavy snow with several more hours out on the way. Some reports in here already of 4 feet of snow. Not for us, though. For us, though, we're going to have decreasing clouds tonight. Here we are about 11 o'clock or so this evening, looking at partly cloudy skies across our neck of the the woods. Again, tomorrow, there could be a flurry around. That's going to be a stretch, though. Here's tomorrow morning about 7 o'clock, looking at partly cloudy skies once again. And then throughout the day, looking at some sunshine. A nice day for us tomorrow, with temperatures hanging out in the 30s or so. It's going to be comfortable across much of our area. But then we'll kick in a south wind tomorrow night, cloud things over again for Sunday. And Sunday could bring us a couple of sprinkles and flurries again. So there's no big system in our forecast anytime soon, but there are a couple of smaller pieces of energy kind of floating through that could bring us those sprinkles and flurries through the weekend. Overall, though, it should not disrupt your plans at all. So here's one computer projection for snowfall through Sunday afternoon, looking at less than an inch of snow and even less than a half inch of snow across our area. So you get the idea. There's not going to be any big snows coming our way anytime soon, and likely kind of a quiet weekend around here, except for some cloud cover and also some wind. The temperatures there are going to increase, though. So they're going to get cooler this weekend, followed by an increase next week. In fact, 40 is not out of the question for a couple of days for us next week. We got close today, 37 here in Bangor, 31 for Millinocket, 29 for Greenville. So, very comfortable seasonal temperatures out there for us today. That will linger into tomorrow, probably a bit warmer across our region tomorrow. But again, there's no big areas of cold or big areas of warm coming our way. Basically, a very cyclical pattern here that will keep us near average in temperatures through the middle portions of next week. Our forecast then tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies to mostly cloudy skies for a while, and then decreasing clouds. The wind will go calm tonight, but then kind of increase throughout the day tomorrow. For tomorrow, here we go. So mostly sunny skies. I went with upper 30s to low 40s tomorrow. This could easily be in there for most of you with that southwest wind kicking in through the afternoon. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast includes 41 tomorrow, 36 for us on Sunday. There's that slight chance for some snow showers on Sunday. And then look, temperatures hanging out near 40 again by Wednesday of next week. Beth and Peter?
All righty, Jeff, thanks so much.
And there's still more to come after the break.
Official message from Medicare.
Let's give her a minute before we start. You know how she is.
Y'all check your Medicare plans? It's open enrollment.
No, why?
Because plans change each year. So can your health. Make sure you choose the right plan for you and your budget. You might save some money or get a few extras.
What I missed?
Lady, you ask the same question every week.
Open enrollment ends December 7th. Compare plans at Medicare.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The Furniture Gallery's pre-Black Friday deals are here. We're fully stocked just in time for holiday get-togethers. We've got your choice of 5-piece dining sets starting at $449. Need extra living room seating? Sectional starting at $699 and recliner starting at $299. Long-distance guests staying over? Queen mattresses as low as $299 with closeout mattresses up to $1,000 off. Special financing is available. Support our main family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Gorham, Newport, and North Windham.
Did you know that Renewal by Andersen will replace your windows any time of the year and in any weather? Made with our exclusive Fibrix material, which is vastly superior to vinyl, never needs painting, and resists warping and bowing. We custom build your replacement windows in the USA and back them with the nation's best warranty. Call Renewal by Andersen for your free consultation. Don't miss this money-saving deal with great financing. Installation is always included. Call now.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
If you were hurt because of exposure to the toxic water at Camp Lejeune, Congress has made it possible for you to recover a settlement. Former Marine attorney James Beardsley wants to help you.
Call now to see if you qualify. Call 222-2222.
Tonight, a historic snow alert, a state of emergency with millions in the path, plus the end of an era in Washington. What's next as Nancy Pelosi steps away from her leadership role? More Americans turn to the #1 newscast on television. World News Tonight with David.
Well, finally tonight, a rescue that reaches throughout the state of Maine is looking for a boost in donations as they encounter more and more pet owners struggling to keep their animals. Britt Volnick is the owner and director of Pity Posse Rescue. They are a foster-based organization that rescues dogs from overcrowded shelters in the South, and then they bring them north to the state of Maine to find their homes. But the rescue also wants to help dogs and other pets that are already here, and that is why they started their own pet food pantry. Instead of an owner having to surrender their animal due to financial struggles, Volnick says they'd rather get the owner what they need so they can keep their animals. All right, we're having a bit of a technical issue there, but overall, Bolnick says they want to include a monthly distribution for struggling pet owners in the greater Bangor area, and they're looking for a business that is willing to serve as a collection point for public donations. Now, they're also hoping for pet supply donations, including pet food, cat litter, and other necessities. And if your business is able to serve as that drop-off point for donations, Bolnick says reach out to them on the Pity Posse Pet Pantry Facebook page. And that is going to do it for us, folks. From everybody here at ABC 7 News, take care and have a great rest of your night.
Good night, everyone.